What's up, guys? Welcome to the Happy Trails Outdoor Experience. My name is Ryan, and today I just want to talk. We're not going on any hikes or scenic adventures today. Instead, I am going to touch on a safety topic for us outdoorsmen. The topic of today's talk would be ticks. Every year, people say that ticks are going to be bad this year, and to me, that is really annoying because ticks are bad every year. They really are. It depends on how much you're in the woods and what kind of landscape you're going to be hiking in. With that being said, ticks really tend to be more active during the spring and in the fall. They are still active during the winter and they're still active during the summer, but to me, I have less encounters with them during the summer and winter. I think because in the summertime they have more animals that are out and about to prey on. Instead of being on you, they have all the rabbits and all the babies that are born in the spring and all the animals that have come out of hibernation. So there's less competition, I think. And in the winter, they are typically less active because obviously it's a little bit colder out. And I think that really reduces the probability of you encountering a tick too, because during the colder months, us people, we all tend to kind of huddle up and try to stay warm as best we can. So with that being said, like I said, I think that it really depends on what kind of landscape you're going to be in. Tall grass, really thick wood, like shrubbery and small trees, anything that's like around your waist, really thick things. They like to be in leaves too, so during the fall and spring, if you're walking through a leaf littered area, that would also increase the probability of getting a tick on you. So with all that being said, the first thing I'm actually going to talk about having to do with safety is awareness. First, just be aware that they are out here and try to check yourself periodically as you're walking, and you always want to check more than once because they can get on you at any moment. You never know. Ticks, for me, the biggest thing for all of us, I think, is the risk of getting Lyme disease from them, because Lyme disease has a lot of really nasty symptoms, and once you have it, it doesn't go away. So that's the risk we run as outdoorsmen, is if we have a tick on us, then we could run the risk of contracting the disease. Also, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but dogs can also get Lyme disease, and they also experience some pretty severe symptoms from the disease. So it's also a really good idea to watch out for your dogs if you're gonna be bringing them on your adventures with you. Some ways that you can do this is brush their hair before you put them in the car. And I say that because if you put them in the car without brushing their hair and checking them, they can come off of the dog inside the car, and then you're inside the car with the dog, and then the ticks can go from the dog and onto you. So that doesn't help anything. Also, if you're going to check your dog periodically, which is a great idea, ticks really tend to go towards the stomach, the neck, behind the ears, and in the groin area of dogs. I'm not saying that they can't be anywhere else, because they can be anywhere else on the dog, but that's really where they aim for. With your dog, it's good to be proactive and reactive. So being reactive is just checking them periodically, checking them before you put them in the car, and just keeping an eye out for them, brushing their hair, these sorts of things. Being proactive would be, you can use things like Frontline. My vet has said that Frontline no longer works. I still use Frontline for one of my dogs, but we are moving into another method to deliver that medicine to our dogs. That would be a chew. It's like a treat that you give to your dog. It has the medicine in it. It enters the bloodstream through that way, through ingestion, and it gives them a month of protection that way. Another way that you can protect your dog is if you get there's like flea collars, but they're good for ticks too. And to me, I don't really trust it as much, but people say it works, and it's probably better than nothing. So there's those 3 delivery methods for your dog. Really, like I said, dogs can contract the Lyme disease too, so it's really good. It's a really good idea to try to keep your dog healthy, especially if you bring them along a lot like we do. It's a little bit of a different ball game for us people. Can be a little bit more complicated. So the first line of advice that I would give to a beginner is to wear light colored clothing. Light colored clothing will make it easier for you to see ticks on you before they can have the chance to climb up and to attach themselves to you. Some of the ticks are very small, and most of the times the small deer ticks are the ones that carry Lyme disease, so they can be some of the hardest ones to spot. So that's number one thing, is light colored clothing will make it easier for you to spot them. And then another thing is that you should tuck your clothes in. If you wear an undershirt, tuck it in, and then tuck the bottom of your pants into your shoes or boots, and that'll make it harder for them to get under your clothes. Another thing that some people do that I don't really do, but I see that it works, is they'll take duct tape and they'll wrap it around their ankles and their knees with the sticky side facing out. And I don't know how effective it is, but I've seen that people do that, and it catches the ticks as they're climbing upwards on your body. Another thing is there are a variety of different chemicals that you can put on yourself. I forget what the one is. Let me just see here real quick.
Off?
No, not off. That's DEET. There's a different one. Permethrin. Permethrin, you can treat your clothes with permethrin, and that repels ticks. I've heard that that's pretty effective. I don't do it. Another thing that I don't do, but is pretty much recommended, that you use something like Off or some type of bug spray. The chemical in that is DEET, and it's kind of effective. I've had ticks on me before while using Off, but it's better than nothing. If you're not really into using chemicals to repel the ticks from you, I do know that ticks do not like lavender, cinnamon, or tea tree oil. So if you pick up some of those things in the form of essential oils and apply them to you before you go hiking, that can help to repel the ticks away from you. Another thing that I would recommend doing is, if you do have hair, which I do not have hair during the winter, I have hair, but during the warmer months I don't have hair, strictly for the reason that I don't like being hot, and it makes it a lot easier for you to see ticks if they do get on you. So if you don't care about your hair, shave it bald. It'll make it a lot easier on you to spot them on your head. And if you do have hair, what I would recommend doing is keeping a brush or a comb in your backpack and brushing or combing your hair periodically. Also do it when you get home. Another thing that you can do, because just because you don't see any on you doesn't mean that they're not there, especially if you're wearing layers, or just in general, they can be hiding in your clothing. So something that some people do is, when they get home, they will throw the clothes that they've been wearing in the dryer, and this will effectively kill any ticks that were still in your clothing but not attached to you. I do know that the longer the tick is in you, the higher the probability of you contracting Lyme disease is. So if the tick has been in you for 10 minutes and you just found it as soon as it attached to you, the probability of you getting the disease is less than if you had it in there for like a day or two. They say 24 hours is the window that you have to get it off before. If the tick is carrying the disease, then that's what they say. The longer it's in you, the higher chances you have of contracting it. So 24 hours is the rule of thumb, is what they say. What else? make sure that you check your dogs before you put them in the car, and check them again before you take them in the house. And if you let your dog sleep in bed with you like we do, really check them good, because we've had it before where we've checked them and we've taken all the precautions, we put the front line on them, we've done everything, and the next day we wake up and there is a tick on you, and you don't know where it came from, but there's a 90% chance that it came from the dog. So be very thorough with your dogs again. Another thing is, when you get home, you want to strip down completely naked and check every square inch of your body, under your armpits, and all the cracks and crevices. And if you do have a partner that you're comfortable with checking, have them look at you too in those hard to reach spots. If you don't have a partner that you're comfortable with checking those hard to reach spots, a mirror is pretty useful. If you're going to remove a tick, remove it with tweezers. Make sure that you get all of the tick, because sometimes you can rip the body of the tick off and the head is still left in there, and that's bad. That can leave you open to infection, and then still yet the disease can be contracted just from the head still being in there. So definitely make sure you get all of the tick out if you do have to remove a tick. And once the tick is out, everybody should know this, but I'm assuming that anybody watching this is a beginner. You want to burn that tick. You want to burn it with a lighter or a torch, and you want to burn it until it is completely gone. So that way it is gone, and you know, doesn't have the chance to get on you again. What else? Is there anything
Did you
else?
mention throwing your clothes in the dryer?
Yeah, I said about the dryer. Yep. Yeah, ticks is a big topic for us outdoorsmen, guys, so I figured I would just throw it out there, make a quick video about it. I know that this isn't the most exciting video that I've ever made, and but I figured it was important information that people should know about. So without drawing this out anymore, I will end the video on that note. If you guys learned anything from this video, give us the like and subscribe to our channel. And we will see you here next time on the Happy Trails Outdoor Experience. Thanks for watching, guys.